Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Apologies, it's taken me a bit of time to get this video out. There's been a lot of stuff going on recently and I just hadn't got around to finishing this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the recap of the start of the Quebec Open week. If you have not seen that, I'm going to link that up top here. Now, before I get into the actual tournament days, I had mentioned in a previous video that I did have some unfortunate news that I had to share with you guys, and I did want to wait till after the Quebec Open because I really wanted to focus on that. So I just want to get that out there now because it does have a significant impact on what I'm going to be doing in the near future with my golf career and playing in tournaments. So a year and a half ago, I signed a contract with essentially a financier, somebody who was going to help me with pay my bills at home and help me with my golf related expenses. We signed a 3-year contract. Long story short, this agreement just opened a ton of doors for me and really allowed me to focus on playing golf and getting better and staying in shape and essentially just be a full-time player. So a few days before I ended up getting the exemption into the Quebec Open, I get a phone call from this guy, and essentially there's been a change in his personal situation and he can no longer honor the contract. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I really don't hold any hard feelings against the guy at all. I understand that situations change, and I'm really thankful for the fact that I did have the opportunity to work with him for a year and a half. The two things that really do suck at the moment is that the funding was pulled mid-season, but we can't just decide when our personal situations are going to change. I don't put that on him. The other is that unfortunately there was quite a large sum of money owed to me, and at this point I don't have any kind of guarantee that I'm going to get that. So not only do I now not have the funding that I've been relying on for the last year and a half, I'm in a hole financially, and I owed some people some money, and I've got bills to pay at home, and I've got tournament expenses coming up, and it's been a lot. Essentially overnight, as soon as the Quebec Open was wrapped, I had to get my lesson business going again, just so that I have some money coming in, so that I can pay the bills at home, and so that I can continue playing in some tournaments. This means that my tournament schedule for the rest of the year is going to be quite limited. So it's not ideal, but it is what it is. I've got to do what I got to do right now. If you're in the Montreal area and you're looking for some lessons, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. It'd be a pleasure to help you. If you're not and you'd like to help me out a little bit, I have also started a GoFundMe. That can be found, link in the description below. Honestly, anything you can spare, that's $5, $20, $50, whatever it is that you want to contribute, I'd be forever thankful for it. I still feel like I'm close. I just really feel like once I can get myself back in the right headspace, that things will just kind of click. And that'll be the kind of catapult that I need to get my career back on the right track. Anyways, now that that's out of the way, let's get back to the Quebec Open. So the Thursday morning, we've got a 9:30 tee time. The first hole was playing very tough that morning. It's a 450-yard par 4 uphill into wind, and it was raining at the time. We did not get the easiest conditions on that Thursday morning. I hit a bit of a weak drive. It just kind of faded a little bit, and because it was into the wind, the fade got accentuated. Finished in the hazard. Took a drop, hit a 5-iron onto the green, 2-putted for my bogey. Not the start I wanted, really not the end of the world. All three of us in the group bogeyed that hole, and it was actually the third hardest hole that day. So it's not like I lost much by hitting that ball into the hazard and making bogey. The second hole's a really tricky par 3. Hit a good shot off the tee, just missed my birdie. Third hole's a short to medium length par 4. Hit a good drive, a pretty decent wedge shot, just missed birdie again. Fourth hole's a par 4. I hit a good drive, but it just drew a little too much on me and it finished in the left rough. I've got a lie that looks like a flyer. I'm hitting into the wind to a back flag, and I know I can't go long because everything is downhill from the back of the green. There's a mountain effect on that course. The mountain would be behind me, so it would have been downhill, down mountain, downwind. To me, long is out of the question. So I play for the ball to jump. It doesn't jump. Anyways, this leaves me like an 80-foot putt from the front of the green. I hit a great putt. Almost went in, just missed the hole on the low side, left myself about 4 feet. Go to hit the 4-footer, hit a good putt, snaps hard left, like missed low side, didn't even touch the hole. Just no idea where that amount of break came from. So now I've got a 3.5-footer from the other side of the hole. I'm thinking, well, the last one snapped. This one has to break a little bit, so I played it left edge, stayed left edge. So I feel like I've played some pretty decent golf, but after that 4-putt double, I'm 3 over after 4 holes. The 5th hole's a long par 4. Missed my drive a little to the left. Had a shot at the green, but kind of an iffy lie. Didn't catch it clean, left a little short. Iffy lie in the rough, just off the green. Hit a decent chip shot, but nothing great. Didn't get up and down. 6th hole normally is a par 5. We're playing as a par 4, and they hadn't moved the tees up or anything. It's just a long par 4. Usually the hole plays downwind, except on that day, it's playing straight into the wind. So it's a significant test. Anyways, made par there, feeling good, move on to 7, split the fairway with my drive. Second shot is uphill into the wind again. I felt like I hit a good wedge shot and apparently just completely misjudged the wind. It lands just short of the green and spins way back down the hill. I had almost 40 yards in for my 3rd shot. Hit a good pitch up the hill. Unfortunately, they remodeled that green earlier this year and it hasn't really taken yet, so my ball didn't check. Left myself a bit of a longer par putt, didn't make that par putt. 8's a par 3, hit a good shot onto the green, just missed my birdie. 9's a par 5, and with a good tee shot, it is very, very reachable. Now, I pulled my tee shot a little bit. Hit it really solid, but a little too far down the left. So I'm in the rough, and I've got what looks like a flyer, and I've got to cover a body of water between me and the green. But I'm looking at this lie, I'm like, either I catch a ball and this comes out hot, or I hit it a little bit heavy and it comes out really, really dead. So I can't play for the flyer. I can't take less club and hope that it flies, because if I take less club and I don't catch it clean, I'm dumping into the water 10 times out of 10. So I basically just have to trust it, play the number, and hope that it doesn't fly that much, which I do. Put a great swing on it. Literally went right over the flagstick, but it also went right over the green. Now I'm not in the worst spot, but I get up there and I'm within 2-3 yards of my ball and I literally couldn't see it. That's how bad my lie was. So I had to take a really big hack at this chip shot because the grass was so long and so thick, and now I've got water long. So it was a bit of a tricky and scary shot. Really had to commit to it. Now the ball did jump coming out of there a little bit, but I did manage to put it to about 6 to 7 feet. Unfortunately, where the ball finished for that 6-7 footer, the putt was a double breaker. I mean, I haven't seen many double breakers in my life from 6 or 7 feet. Anyways, hit a good putt, didn't quite read the break properly, tap in for my par. So for the most part, I feel like I've played some pretty good golf, and I'm 5 over par after the front 9. Regardless, I'm focused on the fact that I feel like I've hit a lot of good golf shots, and I feel like I've hit good putts. I go to the back 9 ready to rally. So I hit 2 good shots on the par 4 10th hole, just missed birdie. Really solid tee shot on the par 3 11th hole, just missed birdie. 2 good shots on the par 4 12th hole, I make birdie. Good shot on the par 3 13th, just missed birdie. 2 good shots on the par 4 14th, just missed birdie. Now 15's a drivable par 4, plays about 295. It's uphill to a very narrow green. I hit a really good tee shot, again, just pulled it a little bit. So I'm pin high, but left of the green. I'm below the surface of the green. I'm going up about 8 feet. I'm downwind. The green's running away from me again, and I don't have a great lie. I didn't want to get too aggressive with it because if I leave it short, I'm chipping again, and I'm in that same situation, downhill, downwind. So play a pretty good little flop shot, but I'm not getting super aggressive. I had to play it a little bit safe, put it about 16 to 18 feet past the hole. Hit a good putt from there, left it just short in the heart. 16's a challenging par 4. Hit a good drive. I'm in the middle of the fairway. Now I'm heading uphill to this green, into the wind, but diagonally along the right side of that green is out of bounds. And at one point, the out of bounds is literally a yard off the fringe. Like, it is very, very close. So, I'm going into the wind, so I'm hitting extra club, but it's hard to kind of commit. It's like, if you really catch it, really pure it, and it just kind of goes through the wind, and that out of bounds might be in play. So, made a mistake and didn't quite commit to the shot. Drew it to the left, which is the opposite way that the out of bounds was, so clearly trying to protect, get up to my ball. That was just an awful lie. And now I've got OB long of the green from the angle that I'm on. So can't commit to the shot, don't get it on the green. I'm in the same situation, basically. I'm just a little bit closer. Again, terrible lie. I've got OB long. I'm so worried that I'm gonna, like on 9, I'm gonna take a big swing at this ball and this bad shot, and it's gonna jump on me. Again, don't commit, don't get it on the green. Finally, third chip onto the green, 2-putt for a triple bogey, which sucks because I'd really been rolling before that. Get on to 17, like 6, normally a par 5. We're playing it as a par 4. Haven't moved the tees, it's just a nice long par 4. Split the fairway with my drive. I've got 153 to a back flag. And unfortunately, me and the guy I had caddying for me that day just didn't really agree on the number we should be playing. And again, 2 holes in a row, didn't quite commit to the shot. Drew it into the bunker left and didn't get up and down from there, so make another bogey. 18 is a nice long par 5 to finish. Again, great drive down the middle. I hit 3-iron from 245 just onto the back fringe, and I 2-putt from the back fringe for my birdie, so to finish the day. So again, obviously made some mistakes. The 4-putt was a mistake, and then the lack of commitment on the shots on 16 and then on 17 really cost me. Other than that, really don't feel like I played that poorly, except that I just didn't convert on the birdie opportunities and the putts that I had. Now, historically, I mentioned this in another video, historically I've struggled on these greens. There's a lot of slope, there's a mountain effect. I find it's really hard to read them properly. I felt like I executed well, just the reads were just a little bit off, and off enough that it was the difference between putts going in and not. So that being said, I'm 7 over after day 1. It's not where you want to be, and it's going to take me a very special round to make the cut and play the weekend. Now, luckily, my girlfriend Roxanne came out to watch the Friday round, and she was nice enough to film some stuff out there while I was playing, so I put together a little montage of some of the clips that she'd taken from the round, and I'm going to kind of walk you guys through that.
Robson et représentant le club de golf Windmill Heights, accueillons James Colin Davis.
So teeing off on the 10th hole for the second round, par 4, just over 400 yards. I'm hitting 3-iron just for placement. There's water down the left and a hazard and OB down the right. This hole really doesn't call for any more club than this. Just want to put it out in the fairway. It'll leave me a wedge in. Hit it great. Just a really good swing to start the day and get things going. Down in the fairway now. I've got 125 yards into this front right pin location. Playing a little bit right of the flag, short side of the left side of it. Hit a really solid wedge shot in there to about 12, 15 feet, I would say. Again, 2 really good swings to start the day. I'm feeling pretty good. And this putt just kind of summarizes the week for me. Hit a good putt, on my line, good pace, just slightly misread it left along the low side. 11's a par 3, and this is slightly embarrassing, but I hit a bit of a semi-shank here. Missed the green to the right. I'm way above the green surface, not a spot you want to be. This is as close as I could get my ball to the hole afterwards. I ran through the green. I'm on the fringe on the other side. Luckily, I'm putting slightly back up the hill, turning left to right. Was able to get this one to go. So this was pretty big for momentum at this point. This is my approach into the par 4 12th. Hit a really solid wedge shot. I think I was just misaligned. You're not going to see the ball come down, but it came down pin high just right of the green. Lipped out the chip from there for birdie. was able to convert the par putt though to keep things going. Gave myself good looks for birdie on 13 and 14, but wasn't able to convert. This is the drivable par 4 15th, and this is where I left my drive. So I'm pin high, 25 feet from the hole, but really not a putt I could get aggressive with. There's a lot of slope around that hole, but hit a good putt, left myself just below the hole, tapped in for my birdie. 1 under on the day. Here's my drive on the par 4 16th. This one was clearly a crowd pleaser. People enjoyed that one. This is the hole I made triple on the day before, so I was really happy to hit a little 9-iron here to about 12 feet, pin high. Again, hit a really solid putt. Just couldn't match up my line with the pace. Ran just past the hole. I'm just going to walk around and go tap this in for my par and head to the 17th. 17 is one of the 2 par 5s that we were playing as par 4s. Now, for whatever reason, on the Friday, they had moved the tees up a little bit, so it was slightly shorter, but still a long hole. Hit a really good drive here, one of the best over the 2 days. Cut the right-hand corner, put it down the middle of the fairway, gave myself a wedge in. Unfortunately, struggled with the commitment to this shot, so I'm on the left side of the green, the pin's all the way over on the right. This green slopes from back to front, so I'm hitting this putt and expecting it to snap to my left and come down the hill. And again, hit a good putt, just didn't quite get it far enough so that it would come down that slope, and left myself this really slippery kind of 6-footer, but put a really good stroke on this one and dropped it in for my par. Made par on 18 and a really good up and down for par on 1, so we're on 2 here, par 3. Pretty good iron shot in down the hill, just finished right edge of the green, but it did leave me a putt back up the slope. So uphill, a little bit left to right, solid putt, just didn't give it enough gas, left it just short in the heart. But this is a challenging hole, so I'm not too upset to tap in for my par and move on. Third hole is a short-ish par 4 at about 370 yards. Hit a really good drive here, just down the left side of the fairway, right where I wanted to be. Again, driver was feeling good over the 2 days. This wedge shot in here from about 82 yards. Now this wedge shot actually landed about 12 feet past the hole and spun back about 40 feet, leaving me this 30-footer up the hill. Just really hard to get that approach shot close. Left this putt short, made the 3-footer for my par, moving on. Solid tee shot here on 4. It would overdraw on me a little bit finishing in the rough, but I'd hit a good wedge onto the green to about 12 feet. Again, just not able to convert on the birdie opportunity. This tee shot on 5 is probably the best one I hit all week. It's a 460-yard par 4. I had 135 yards left up the hill to the flag after this. Hit a gap wedge into about 6-7 feet and actually made the putt. So birdieing one of the tougher par 4s was nice. So I'm 2 under now, heading on to 6. This is the other par 5 playing as par 4. Hit a good drive. I'm in the fairway again and just hit a very poor approach shot in here. This finished left of the green, terrible spot. Wasn't able to even get my chip shot onto the green. Ended up making a greenside double, and that brings me back to even par for the day. So that really hurt. Momentum had really been on my side up to this point. Another good drive here on the par 4 7th. I'll see that I'm going to hit driver up over the trees here, leaving myself in the middle of the fairway and a little wedge up into the green. Good wedge shot, again to about 12 feet. And you'll see here, based on my body language after I hit this putt, that I'm starting to get pretty frustrated with my inability to read these greens, as I just don't know how this putt breaks off to the right. It just does not make sense based on what I'm seeing and where the mountain is. On to the par 3 8th. Tees were up a bit. I'm hitting gap wedge down the hill. Hit a good shot. Felt like one of the better iron and wedge shots I'd hit over the 2 days. Apparently I just misjudged the distance. Came up just shy of the green. So I'm short in the fringe. I'm putting from here. I think it's my best option to get it close. And hit a good one, got a little caught up in the fairway heading up to the green, finished a little bit short, but no problem, tap in for par. Now on to the par 5 9th hole. So another good drive, not my greatest, didn't really connect on it, but well placed down the right side of the fairway. No issues whatsoever. I've got 190 yards into the flag here. I'm hitting just a little soft 7-iron, really solid strike, all over the flagstick. You can see the club twirl. Now this shot actually landed about 1.5 feet from the hole and spun back about 12 feet with a 7-iron. So unfortunately, I've got a bit of a longer putt than I would have liked. And one of my playing partners had just putted on this line, His putt broke to the right, so I'm playing mine just outside left edge, and it stays just outside left edge. Tap in for my birdie, and that's a wrap. 1 under on the day, unfortunately 6 over for the tournament. That's a missed cut. So that's the recap, guys. Hope you enjoyed seeing some of the clips of me out there playing. Thanks again to my girlfriend for filming those shots. It's really nice to have that content to be able to put into the video here. So as you would have seen, there was a lot of really solid golf. 3 bad holes over the 2 days really hurt me, and just the absolute inability to convert the birdie putts on that course really hurt. Not the result I was looking for. Can't be too upset with myself. Really happy with the way I managed myself mentally out there over those 2 days, because I really had fun, and that's something that I've struggled to do over the last little while because the golf has just been pretty tough. Now, saying that I had fun doesn't mean I'm happy with the result. I just want to make that clear. But getting it back into a good mental space, enjoying what I'm doing again, is part of the process of getting back to good golf. And on that front, I was able to execute that. That's going to be it for today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Again, that GoFundMe link is in the description below if you're able to help. Apologies again in the delay in getting this out. I've got more videos in the pipeline coming out very soon, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I'll chat to you guys soon. Cheers.